Informational Speech Immigration by Shelley Meyer, Samantha Hartman, Samantha Walski, and Alyssa Little.
For the past month or so, anytime you turn on the news, you hear about it. You see videos of it. The caravan of people coming from Honduras through Mexico to seek a new life in the United States. Thousands of people that are walking and hitchhiking all the way through to our borders to flee the violence of their countries. The sad part of this is that most likely few, if any, have started the application process to gain entrance into the United States. While we're not choosing a side in this debate, all Americans should be interested in the outcome, as individuals without a plan, approved visas, will most likely not have a place to stay or way to financially take care of themselves. Knowledge is power, and with the internet, anyone can do the research, download the forms, and apply the correct way. With government websites and a strong desire to be informed, we have put together this informational speech to assist anyone looking to become a United States citizen. The two most commonly applied for visas are the family and the work visas. Today, we will inform you on the application process, the fees, and documentations needed for both the family visa and the work visa. Making the decision to apply to become a United States citizen can be overwhelming. The first option we're going to be discussing is the family visa. Filing a petition is the first step when working towards the family visa. A sponsoring relative will be the person to file the petition for the visa. There are two types of sponsoring relatives. One, the parent's siblings, a United States citizen over the age of 21, and two, all other family visas. A United States citizen or lawful permanent resident over the age of 18 and has a current residence, a domicile. The sponsoring relative will need to complete the Form I-130 and file it with the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizenship, and Immigration Services. The application can be found at www.uscis.gov/I-130 and consists of 12 pages. Some of the information required is personal information on the petitioner, the person filing, such as name and address, marital information, current and past, parents, employment, and biographic information. The form also requires information on the beneficiary, person wishing to enter the United States, such as name and address, marital information, employment, native information. There is a small section for the interpreter to complete, and finally, the signatures of all parties involved.
What fees and documentation are required for a visa? The cost has gone up 60% since 2016. The total cost is $725. It used to be $345. The $725 includes $640 for the application fee and $85 for the biometrics fee. A biometric fee is for your fingerprints to be taken, and some take your photograph and signature as part of it as well. It may seem like a lot of money, but investing will save you thousands of dollars if you compare it to the permanent residents that have to pay $455 every 10 years to renew green cards. Once you are a citizen of the United States, you will never have an immigration fee again. If you have minor children, they automatically become citizens too, which then saves them hundreds of dollars in immigration fees. For documentation, you need to submit a Form I-864, Affidavit of Support. An affidavit is a document that an individual signs to accept financial responsibility for another person, most likely a family member, who is coming to live in the United States permanently. With an affidavit, you will be responsible for that said person until they become a citizen or be credited with 40 quarters of work, which is around 10 years. The laws concerning affidavits of support is found in Immigration and Nationality Act Sections 212A-4 and 213A. The provisions are codified in the Title 8 of the Code of Federal Regulations at 8 CFR 213A. Like family visas, there's also employee-based visas.
The most common work visas are temporary, seasonal, exchange work visas, or sometimes a green card. The type of work visa depends on the work you do or even your country of origin. The temporary work visa is for non-agricultural workers, better known as H-2B, or temporary skilled workers, better known as H-1-B. There is currently a certain number of temporary non-agricultural work visas given out. This is 66,000 every year. These are usually handed out if there isn't enough domestic laborers for the position. Temporary skilled visas are for skilled and educated workers. In order to apply for this visa, you must have an employer-employee relationship, and it must be for an in-demand occupation. The maximum number of these visas are 65,000 a year. Seasonal agricultural work visas, better known as H-2A, are used for foreigners to work in the United States seasonally or on a temporary basis. The applicant must show they know how to do the work that they are applying for. There is not a cap on how many of these visas can be handed out every year. However, they are usually given in 1-year increments. The exchange work visa is better known as the J-1 visa. It is an exchange visitor program. The applicant must have sufficient funds to live in the United States, must be able to purchase health insurance, and must be able to pay for their own air travel fees. The applicants for this visa are expected to return home after the agreement. This visa usually offers 300,000 immigrants every year. Some immigrants are able to get a green card, which is a permanent resident in the United States, which is offered from an employer. There are very limited successful applicants. There is a green card lottery every year. It gives 50,000 green cards to a randomly selected list of applicants. The last step of obtaining a visa is to apply for it.
When you decide that you want to travel to or from the United States for work purposes, you need to obtain a work visa. After USCIS approves your petition for a non-immigrant worker, also known as Form I-129, you are eligible to apply for the visa. According to the 2018 website, U.S. Embassy and Consulates in Mexico, if someone were to choose to come from Mexico on a work visa, they would need to complete the following steps. The first step of the application process would be to complete the DS-160 online application. When finished, you would then need to print out the confirmation page that contains the barcode which will be used later. If your DS-160 does not contain complete and accurate information, the application will not be accepted. Step 2 of the process is to schedule your appointment through the appointment center and pay the application fee. To schedule, you can use the internet appointment system or call and speak to the operator. When scheduling, you will need the confirmation number from step 1. You will then select the DHL office, which is a post office, that you would like your visa shipped to. When finished, you then pay the application fee. That fee could be from $160 for a tourist visa to $190 for a petition-based visa to $205 for an investor visa, all of those in US dollars. Step 3 of the process is to show up to the application service centers to submit your application, fingerprints, and photo ID. Step 4 of the process is not required for all applicants. It is the interview. If you are not honest during the interview, they have the right to make you permanently ineligible for a visa. Step 5 is the final step of picking up your visa from the designated post office that you chose in Step 2. For the eligibility and renewals for work visas, it has a different process. Work visas have the ability to be eligible for up to a year, but they are not usually permitted for longer than the worker's permitted stay in the United States. Most work permits are categorized into 3 major purposes: a person's with extraordinary abilities, outstanding professors or researchers, and multinational managers or executives. According to the 2018 Travel State website, even though temporary visas are only good for up to a year, they qualify people that are renewing them to go through the process without needing to do the interview. Those people include those that are under 6 years of age, those over 80 years of age, and those that are renewing their visa for work purposes.
With so many attempting to call the United States home, knowing the 2 most common form of visas, family and work, should be able to help all those individuals with the process. Knowing how to apply and what fees and documentation you will need will assist in this process. Much of this information can be found on www.travel.state.gov. In today's world, immigration is a very important topic to discuss. As you have sat and listened to this speech, thousands of immigrants have managed to walk/hitchhike their way through Mexico to our borders. With the information provided, hopefully families can start the process to bring their loved ones into this country legally.